One of the issues that, of course, has been sort of percolating, particularly in the ag community, because, of course, you can't move farmland, it is where it is this question of the Minnesota state tax. And I'm wondering, do you get involved in making projections on that, or obviously there's a policy question there about what to do about it, and that decision is made by the legislature or proposals by the governor. But I'm wondering what your data, if anything, shows on that.
Well, that really, the Department of Revenue really makes those projections. But one thing that we talked a little bit about this in 2013. We did make some changes, and we did increase the exemption from 1 million to 2 million, because most states were getting closer to the 2 million, and there are some who have gone all the way to the 5 million plus to
which
match
is federal conformity, right?
And so anyway, we haven't done that yet. It is, it costs millions of dollars to get to that next level. I will have to say, there is a concern about that. I mean, there are a number of folks. In the ag world, there's a farm and a small business exception that can help for some small farms or a lot of farms. But there is a concern by a number of people about the estate tax. They'd like to see it conform to the federal. The problem is, from a policy standpoint or a practical standpoint, there are not that many estates that are affected by this. So it's a fair relative. It's under 1,000 estates that are affected, and they may or may not have this problem. So I mean, it's an ongoing issue. People are concerned about it, but on the other hand, it's an expensive thing to make a change on.
Not going to happen in the. It's not one of those snap decisions going to be made. There's going to be a fair amount of analytical work done.
There is a lot of analytical, and I think that clearly. I know that in the tax committee on the House side, Chair Davids has made some concern. He's interested in doing something about this. So it's going to be discussed, I think, as we go forward the next several months.